Hey, sis. All right, I want to share something very near and dear to my heart that my husband came up with very soon in my business entrepreneurship launch. So, as of today, I have been in business for about 4 years. I started March 2020, and my husband and I were in the car, and we came up with these three words: know, grow, show. No, grow, show. There will be merchandise for this because my husband insists on it. So be prepared that there will be no grow, show merchandise coming, and you will love it. Let me explain to you what no, grow, show is. So many people already know about it. It's know your value, grow your value, and show your value. Pretty hot, right? All right, let me give you the juicy 411 on no, grow, show. So it's the basis of my coaching program that I want women to know their value, grow their value, and show their value. What I have found is that women who, well, all women and men, struggle with knowing their value. It's something that's intrinsic to being a human, I believe. Knowing their value, knowing that they're desirable, knowing that they're valuable. It's so hard for some people to know their value. And why? Because we're bombarded with images of perfection all the time. We are bombarded with rich people. We're bombarded with beautiful people. We're bombarded with celebrities. And the wonder of the Industrial Revolution and the era of the Apple iPhone and YouTube is that we're constantly receiving information, and that information is very quickly used to compare and contrast our life to that information that we're consuming. So we will never be able to live a comparable life to the information that we're digesting, because a lot of it isn't even really real. A lot of it is airbrushed and edited, which is fine and fun and entertaining. But when it becomes a part of our psyche that we can't live up, that's when it becomes a problem. So, first step in my program, if you enter my world, you will see, honestly, if you go on Instagram or anywhere, you take my course, anywhere in my world, the first thing you will see from me is I want my audience to know their value. Okay. So, no, that's the no in no, grow, show. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about grow your value. Grow your value is something that I don't work very hard on to help my clients with because they're all doing it. Because here's the thing, they're total package women. All right. And I have a feeling, sis, if you are listening to this podcast, first of all, props for listening to a podcast. You are the total package. All right. But here's what women do when they are the total package: they grow their value. They just do. They're constantly getting better and better. They're constantly evolving. They're constantly growing, and they're constantly improving. So I really don't work that hard on grow your value, but it is a part of my proprietary method to help women. I actually, in the grow your value section of my coaching program, that's where I help women find men, because that's just the one area that they haven't mastered yet. Remember, I talked about the three needs. um, you need to learn how to find men, and that will grow your value, because now you know where the men are, because right now you don't know. And that's why you're listening to this podcast, because you don't know where the men are. So in the grow your value era of my program, it is a lot of finding and meeting the right men. Now, the other thing that we do in grow your value is where we start to look at, really, what do you want? What do you want? And I make my clients come up with a list, and you can do this too, of 25 things that you want. Because if you're going to grow your value, I hope that you're going to do it by doing the things that you want. And I know a lot of people think growing their value means helping other people, serving other people. And it does, because you're kind and loving, and that's a part of being a Christian. But what do you want, sis? Let's answer that question first. Write a list right now. Stop this podcast and write a list of 25 things that you want. Okay? All right, that's grow your value. Then show your value. Now, this is what I find to be the most fun. Obviously, you can tell by the intonation of my voice that this I find to be the funnest part, because this is where you learn how to talk to men, right? Show your value. It's just after you've gone through the know your value and you're starting to feel more confident, and you can walk into any room and you feel that it factor, and you feel desirable, and you feel sexy and hot, and you're on the dating apps and tons of guys are responding to your profile and they're really cute, and like you're starting to really feel confident. Like that's what one of my clients said. She's like, Michelle, you delivered on the confidence part. I'm like, yeah, I know. Because I'm confident and I know how to help people feel confident. And in terms of growing your value, as I said already, most women don't really need help with that because they know how to grow. They are growing their value. But showing your value is a little bit different. Like it's a little bit more nuanced, because here's the thing. Everyone's going to show their value in a slightly different way. It depends largely on your personality, but you need to learn how to flirt. Like you might know how to flirt, but you might need a little bit of refinement. You might need a little bit of assistance. And that's what show your value is. Show your value is standing in front of the world and saying, here I am. Or standing in front of a guy and saying, come be with me. And it's now that you know your value and you're looking at the world and you're like, here I am. And it's the beautiful part where is the fun part where you feel so confident and you're just interacting with guys and you're just trying to see like who's the one that I want, and you're having fun flirting and going on dates, and you're really just biding your time until you find your husband, until you find the one that sees your value and recognizes your value and takes you off the market. And of course, that is the most fun part of my job, because that's when you invite me to your wedding, and or you invite me to your baby shower because you're married and now you're having a baby, and it's just the most beautiful part of my job. So anyways, no grow show. Props to Caleb, my husband, for coming up with that. The merchandise is coming because, as I said, he wants the merch and he takes the credit for no grow show. So I hope you liked this podcast, and I'm going to end it the way that I always end it. Let's get you married, sis.